This is Ben Feeney with Poland Train's Water Technologies Division. Just want to discuss Legionella bacteria and some basic housekeeping items to look out for when you go from the winter season to spring and to kind of get ready for the summertime. So one of the major ways to get ahead of any bacteria moving from winter to spring is to make sure your cooling towers are cleaned. Dirty towers really add up, and when you have a dirty tower into the summertime, it really uses up all of the biocide that a water treater might feed. So for instance, if we're feeding chlorine to kill bacteria, instead of killing the bacteria, it'll get used up on other organic debris, such as sand, silt, all that stuff that gets scrubbed in from the outside by the cooling tower. So keeping cooling towers clean is vital to prevent and to keep bacteria levels low. If general bacteria levels are low, odds of having a positive Legionella result, especially a high or moderate risk level, are extremely low. So keeping cooling towers clean, spring and fall cleanings recommended if you're in a construction area or there's a lot of debris in the air. It could be a quarterly maintenance item for sure. Going into the spring, it's important to clean out and check all of the water treatment tubing, that the chemical goes through, checking the pumps, making sure everything is in working order. It's always a good idea to start out the season, if you haven't run a cooling tower or chiller for a while, to shock the system with 2 parts per million of free chlorine to get ahead of any bacteria. As temperatures get into the 70s and higher, upwards to 100 degrees, Legionella thrives. And the amoebas and other bacteria that the Legionella uses as hosts, they tend to survive in those conditions. So starting out with shocking the system, we call it a bulk feed of biocide, just to kill off what's in that cooling tower is definitely recommended. So making sure all the bleed solenoid valves, the pumps, the chemical tanks are full. Obviously, that's incredibly important. But make sure all of the equipment is working. If there's anything that needs replacement, to have that on hand, ready to roll. Filtration is the third item. Making sure filtration is in play for every system. Closed loops should have cartridge filtration. Cooling tower systems should have some type of centrifugal separator. Laco separator is one of my favorites, just to get rid of the larger particulates that even with cooling tower cleanings are going to get into the system. Those are typically the 100 micron, 50 to 100 micron rated particles or size particles. So filtration is crucial. If you have filtration, you're cleaning towers twice a year, you have a really solid chemical program, which includes biocides, dispersants, and scale and corrosion inhibitors, you can have a really good program. So just making sure all those things are done going into the summer, so you're starting out with a clean system. That's all I've got for today. See you next time.